Hey ladies, if you clicked on this video, you're most likely trying to relactate, maybe trying to get some more information on, is it possible? How long does it take? Is it even worth my time? Should I be doing this? Should I not? Trust me, I know. I did the same exact thing. And let me just preface this by saying, relactation, from what I've researched, is when you dry up and then you try to get the milk to come back. I didn't fully dry up. I was not pumping or breastfeeding my son consistently. My supply ended up basically dropping to nothing. I mean, I started pumping like maybe 2 times a day, sometimes one. And I was telling my body that I didn't need to make any more milk. Let me also just say that my son is about to be 8 months old, and he's fine with formula. He'll take formula, he'll still latch, he'll take what I do have in breast milk. I even got some donor milk one time. He took that with no issues. So I'm lucky in that sense. This is really all me. I just feel like breast milk is better for him, and I want to try to do everything I can to continue to do that. Before I stopped pumping consistently, I already felt like my supply was low, but now that I did really stop pumping, now I really see that it's low, and I'm like grateful for what I had at this point. And I felt like I had tried everything, drinking teas, taking supplements, power pumping, shoot, what else did I try? Drinking water all day, nursing my son more often. I tried the little cookies and the biscuits. I tried making booby smoothies from things that I saw online that could help my supply. Making sure I was eating good and pretty much all day so I could get my calories up, because I heard that if you got your calories right, then you're gonna produce a lot of milk. I tried a lot of stuff, and I still felt like my supply was low. In my mind, I got really discouraged. I just decided, shoot, my supply is my supply. I'm a pump whenever I feel like it, and what I get is what I get. Obviously, my supply started to drop, and I had to start supplementing with formula. I don't like the smell of formula. It smells like shit. I also got in the habit of becoming obsessed with seeing what he was eating. I just felt like whenever he breastfed, he probably wasn't getting anything, maybe an ounce or two. That's just what I felt like. It was all mental. I had no proof that that's all he was getting, or if he was even getting that. I noticed I was starting to dry up when I was breastfeeding him in the middle of the night, and I no longer felt my letdown. I was like, oh shit, it's really about to happen now. I decided at that point that I'm gonna give it one last hoorah and really try. It's only been about 2 weeks, but I'm just gonna share with you a couple of tips that I personally feel like are helping me. The first thing is I started keeping a pump log. It's really easy to get discouraged. When I started keeping the pump log, you know, I was just logging what time I pumped, how many ounces, and how I pumped. Whether it be a hand pump, I was using my freemie for about 15 minutes. At one point, my freemie broke, so I had to go back to the Medela that plugs into the wall. It's nice to be able to look at the log and see how you've progressed. Like, oh man, I pumped an ounce today, but yesterday around this time, I pumped not even half an ounce. That helps me. And it might help you too. Secondly, a support system. All my friends, my parents, my husband, they all support me in the fact that I want to start relactating. It helps to have somebody in your life, or people in your life, who aren't criticizing you for doing that. If you're like me, it stresses me out. It shouldn't, but it does. That's another good thing, is to have a good support system to encourage you to keep on going. Another thing that helped me was really setting my a realistic expectation. I knew when I started this, it wasn't going to be overnight. I knew it was probably going to take a while, and it will, over a month maybe. And some studies I read, it takes even longer than that. So I mean, I already have my expectations set. I made the decision that I'm going to do it, so I'm going to keep on. So set realistic expectations for yourself. Use a timer. If you're like me, I get caught up maybe doing work, cooking, cleaning, being on TikTok. So it helps to have a timer go off to say, oh shit, time to pump again. I'm pumping every 2 to 3 hours, and that timer helps me get my ass up and go pump. Consider talking to a lactation consultant. If you're like me, you Google everything, you do your own research. To be honest, when I did talk to the lactation consultant, she didn't tell me a whole lot that I didn't already know. It was helpful to get another opinion. One point, I really considered trying to get a prescription medication to increase my supply, which is called Relactation. Maybe you've heard of that, maybe you haven't. It's actually a prescription medicine that can help increase your production. With everything I had tried, I was ready to throw my hands up and take a prescription to help, because I had got that impatient. She let me know that that is not a go-to. It helps, but it's not a go-to because it can make you depressed. She said something about a facial twitch that wouldn't go away. Having a depressed mom is gonna hurt my son more than if he never had another bottle of breast milk. Also, when she said the facial twitch, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, shit, if I get a facial twitch, then I'm really gonna be depressed. So I went ahead and said, nah. I encourage you to try to do it the natural way. She also went ahead and recommended that I take some supplements, which I was already doing. Legendary Milk has a lot of them. I was doing Liquid Gold. Now I'm doing Pump Princess. I'm seeing a little bit of an increase, but who knows if that's really the Pump Princess or if it's just the fact that I'm pumping more often. What do they say? More suction, more production. That's really it at the end of the day. You got to keep pumping and stimulating them nipples, girl, because you're telling your body it needs to make more milk. You know, just find your people, find a support group. I'm in Facebook groups for mothers who breastfeed. I see a lot of good information on there. I see a lot of encouragement. I'm not confident enough to post myself and ask questions myself on there, but it does help to see other people maybe going through the same thing I'm going through and them seeing positive changes. Stop stressing about it. If you stress about it, that's going to be an inhibitory, if that's a word, factor to you making milk. Your body's going to be stressed and they're going to say, man, fuck this. We got to deal with the stress. We can't be making no damn milk. Read you a good book, find another show to watch, play with your baby more. You know, do what you need to do, but try to stop stressing about it. I know it's easier said than done, but try to do something to stop stressing about it, because at the end of the day, what you produce is what you produce, and it is what it is. Even if you never get your full supply back when you start your relactation journey, at least you tried. A little bit of breast milk is better than no breast milk. Week 1 when I started, I was getting maybe a half an ounce. Maybe. Now I'm on it beginning week 2, and every time I pump every 2 to 3 hours, I'm getting nothing less than 1 ounce. So that is encouraging to me. Obviously, I want to get to the point where I'm pumping like 3 or 4 like I used to, and maybe even more, but it's going up. I mean, that's really all I wanted to say. We're all in this together. I'll be posting weekly updates, things that I'm trying, things that are working for me. If you see this video, stay encouraged. You can do this. Again, set realistic expectations, have people around you who are supportive, get a timer, make sure you stick to it. Consider talking to a lactation consultant. Pray about it. I definitely hope you continue to take this journey with me. I will see you next week. Bye.